back on Gran Turismo Sport. It is FIA races that were on Tuesday and Wednesday. Here we are with the Nations Cup on Tuesday, slowing down so I can let a driver pass so I can get his slipstream for qualifying. And this was before the update on Thursday, July 16th. So from what I understand, they reduced the slipstream range from 1.5 seconds or something like that to 7/10. So slipstream won't be as powerful, and you probably won't be able to use it for qualifying. I mean, you could use it for qualifying, but you know, you'll have to be a lot closer to the driver who you are following, and you know, that's just too big of a risk to catch up to the driver in front of you and have you get held up. So, but time will tell about that. So here is my qualifying lap for the Nations Cup. Here I am in the slipstream, and yeah, it took me to the end of the session to finally get a good slipstream as I get right here, but I completely overdrive that corner right there, and I lose maybe about 2/10 there at least. But I'm still in the blue range, so I'm going faster than what I was doing. So coming up to the last two corners here, Red Bull Ring with Group 3 cars. It's always fun. Very fun track, very fun cars. Just a great combo this is. Coming to the last corner here, getting the power early, take advantage of that little bump at the apex of the last turn there, and cross the line with a 29 flat. That was good enough for 6th place. And I'm gonna actually go for a alternative strategy here. So you can use the hard tire or the medium tire. As we see me start my race in 6th place, and the hard tires are required for this race. Okay, so you have to use the mediums and the hards, because the hards you have to use them, and the mediums, well, they're just faster. So most people use the mediums at the first stint of the race, but I use the hard tires, and we all know with the hard tires, with the big FIA intro, they sit on the grid and they get cold. And I completely forgot about that and overdrove turn 1, got a penalty, and still I have not learned my lesson. The tires are cold and they just don't have grip at all, and also they're probably a bit dirty from going up the track. So here I had to serve my penalty, and as I went wide again, my tires are still dirty and cold, and yeah, absolute rookie move. I overdrive it again. I missed the apex, but not quite as much. But I still missed the apex. But here this corner, I'm finally able to get the right tire temperature and finally get the grip that I need to be competitive. So that was an awful start. So coming off the end of the lap here, I get a good run on Gasman 14 here. But I know I'm on the hard tires, so I just back out here and let him go. But, I mean, I have no excuse for my poor driving here. I completely misjudged the braking point, and I go wide. Now, thankfully, I did not get a penalty here. But, man, just awful driving from me at the start of the race here. Just not very good. But contact happens in front of me between the potato wave here and the gas man here, so he gets a penalty, and I'm able to get one of my positions back. So here we are. As you may would have guessed, I will get overtaken at some point by drivers with the medium compound, as this guy does, and he gives me plenty of room. Appreciate that. But also Potato Wave is also back behind me, and he is also on the medium tires, and just look how fast he passes me here. Just brakes late, clears me before the corner even starts. That's how big of a difference between the tire compounds are. So, but since Redwood Ring is a power circuit, a top speed is more important than cornering. I can be able to hang in the slipstream here, but carnage happens in front of me, and I can able to get a position back here. So I know that that the driver who was just pushed wide will be coming back for me. So there's a car going off track. So I try to let the driver behind me. I have my hazard lights on, and I try to move out of the way, but yeah, I don't know. It was just weird there. So it was a bit awkward. But then I get punted from behind by the driver. It was either the Alfa Romeo or the Canadian behind me here. Not sure. And here that was my frustration of getting pushed wide there. And I was able to clear the Canadian here. Still go wide. Yeah, just awful driving from me still. And here we were going 3 wide here. We're going through turn 2 now, and then coming through turn 3 here, braking for turn 3. 3 cars just stacking up behind me, but I was able to get through turn 3 clean and get away for now. But the Alfa Romeo in front of me eventually gets a penalty, so another position that I will get for free. Coming out of turn 3, very fun to try to get the power down there. As you can see me try there, fishtailing out of there. Going into turn 1 on lap 7, I gain another position from a wreck. Pretty big one. He loses a significant amount of positions here. So here I finally go into the pits here on lap 8. I'm gonna try to do the undercut here to make up for the time I lost, going straight to the medium tires. As you can see, Gasman there, he was actually on the hard tires as well. So me and him run the same strategy here. Here we are. So coming out of the pits, I will fall into 15th place. So, as you can expect, these drivers are probably still on worn hards, and I'm on fresh medium, so a lot more grip here. And the Canadian driver right here actually, guessed that correctly, and he just lets me go very easily, so I appreciate that. As some more drivers go into the pits here. And this is still my outlap, so I'm able to pass 1 position and get back 1 position, and then I'm already coming up in the slipstream of another position. Coming in turn 1, see, I just have a lot more grip there, but I kind of have to alter my line there to avoid him there. So my exit speed was affected, as there is some lag there. But here you can see just the difference. I can brake a lot later and get out of turn 3 nice and still pull away on exit, even though I was not in the racing line. So here we are, yellow flags. There's another wreck here as I fished out of turn 1 there. Yeah, I was not, my skills were a bit lacking in this race, but I was able to get past Potato Wave right there as I get a purple sector there. Coming out of turn 1, that was a pretty messy turn 1 from all of us there. So now I'm in 6th place. Now the driver who was doing the same strategy as me, I get a chance to pass him. I get a better run out of turn 1 here, and it looks like he's going to stick to the racing line, so I want to go to the outside here. He sees me coming, he's going to give me room. Turn 3 braking zone, what's going to happen here? I overdrive it, yep. And I struggle for grip on the way out because I am on the curb, as you can see. But get in that slipstream so I can get back alongside here, and I'm able to meet the apex right here just nicely, but it's a different apex because I am on the outside here. And you know, I can't really explain that much. You know, two drivers were behind me, nose to tail, and as soon as I hopped in front of them, they get back into the racing line, and I braked for the next corner. I don't know. Kinetic ball physics in this game pretty much make it frustrating, but oh well, that happens sometimes. But nothing else eventful happens in that race. I was able to bring it home in 8th. I mean, it's still good to get a top 10, but I could have done so much better. So, as you can see here, the Aston Martin was the car choice in that race, and I can able to get 135 points for the Nations Cup. Alright, Wednesday, the next day for the Manufacturer Series. Team Ferrari Group 4 at one of the Sardegna, I think that's how you say it, in one of the Sardegna, configurations here. So I slow down, wait for the right slipstream opportunity here. Get in behind a Lexus here. Very long straight, let the Ferrari rev all the way out in the gears and just let her stretch her legs. Now this is a no-stop race. You don't really have to worry about tire wear like at all, and don't have to worry about saving fuel. So it's basically a sprint race here. So we'll walk you through my qualifying lap here. Brake at the end of the wall there. Go all the way down to second gear. Get out of there, clean, try to get the power down. Right here, you want to get on that curve as soon as you can, and then power out all the way down the hill here. Carry up a lot of speed down that pretty steep hill. Again, use that 100 board here, as you do in turn 1. I go a little bit wide there, but I was able to clean it up on the apex there. Very fun corner here. Gotta take advantage of the banking here, as the driver in front of me does not quite get it right, and I don't quite get that right, but I don't lose that much time there. But my tires are dirty, so I gotta take a different line there. I gotta cut a little bit of track to do it, but I made it fine, no penalties, and that put me up to 3rd at the moment. But before the race starts, that actually pushes me to 7th here. So here's the starting grid. There's actually no front-wheel drive cars, as you would expect, because from what I heard, the front-wheel drive cars dominated this race, because, I mean, as you know, the front-wheel drives are so dominant in Group 4 because they have to make up for the tire wear. Because in a front-wheel drive car, you got the front tires doing everything, so they wear a lot quicker. But in this race, you know, it's basically a sprint. You don't have to worry too much about tire wear. So, but here we go. Here we go. Start of the lap here. It's already getting messy. Turn 1, lap 1. Already getting messy here. And he actually gets a nice cutback on me here, and makes contact again. So he pushes wide in turn 1, and then he pushes another driver wide in the next corners here. So I'm already up a couple of positions here. Very good stuff here. Coming down the hill here. Break at the 100 board. Get that nicely done. Eat that apex very nicely. And I actually might get a chance at 4th here, as the GT Honda Proud in the Honda for some reason has his hazard lights on. I'm not sure why, and I was just not able to find a way past him here, and he actually starts to pull away here. But coming into the next turns, I get pushed wide by the 2 drivers behind me. Again, I'm not sure what happened there, but oh well. Fast forward to lap 3, the red Porsche here gets a penalty. and you don't lose a lot of time from the penalties here. And so he could keep his position there, and also it helps when I bottle by getting onto the sand there. But I actually get a good run out of the next turn there. Despite the lag, I was able to complete the pass. So, nothing, actually one more thing does happen in this race. Lap 5 here, more carnage. I was able to get a free position by cars going off track here. So, 5th place, I was able to hold it until the last lap here. I actually had to fight for it here. And there's a driver pretty much on my bumper as I completely failed turn 1 there. So he's already on the inside here. I have to give him room here, but he's not quite far on the inside, so he backs out and lets me take the normal racing line. But I just go wide again, and but luckily the next turn I was able to be on the inside, but it doesn't matter because man, I was just not good out of that corner, just struggling on the final lap there. But I was able to hold on to the position still, despite having a poor exit. I think the Ferrari might have a pretty decent top end compared to the Porsche here. So I was able to hold on to it as I go wide again. He was able to close up on me again, but only a few corners left where he had to slow down. So he basically has to hope that I mess up this turn here, but not gonna happen. I'm not gonna mess up 3 times in 1 lap. That would be ridiculous and preposterous, and I'm not going to give away a top 5 in the manufacturer series. So very good, proud of that. That'll be fine. Good enough points for the FIA, and yeah, fastest driver for Ferrari, even it says so.